folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Well, we got the equipment that we've been trying for, my goodness, a month at least to get this thing here, or to get something like this here. It's just been one hurdle after another to try to get something here to do some work around here. This is rented. And of course, some of you say, well, why didn't you just hire someone to come do it? And that's, of course, like the easy answer, I guess. But I'm doing more than just one thing. I've got several projects that this is going to be used for over the next few days. So when it's something like that, it's cheaper just to rent the equipment yourself and use it, as opposed to paying someone an hourly wage to do several different things on your property. If I was just running water line, just one water line, I probably would have just paid someone to come out and do it. But I've got several things going on, so this is what I'm using for the week. And so the video today is mostly giving you some update on what we're doing here and why we've got it here. And I'll go into more detail on the video that I'm making for Patreon because, well, that's what I do. The folks over there, they're paying a little bit, $1 to get in the door over there every month. And so they get a little bit more inside information. The guineas and the turkeys are liking this thing. They won't like it when I crank it back up again. But anyways, I figure I hadn't made a video giving an update on what we're doing around here, and I thought right now would be a good time to do it. We purchased this property back in March, and it was really kind of starting all over again because there was no homestead here to speak of. And I know a lot of people, and I've talked to people since then, and they're saying, man, this is like the worst time to be starting all over. You're correct in some ways, other than when we found this property, we just knew we had to get it. We knew it was a blessing. We knew that we were, directed to this place because everything, number one, went so smoothly. And the place is just almost perfect for what we want and what we were wanting to do. And so we were willing to take that chance of starting all over and building a homestead during a pandemic and during all the things that's going on. The location was amazing. What was on here, which wasn't much, but it still was enough to get us going. The soil here is unbelievable, and for anyone that's from the Ozarks, been around the Ozarks, that's the one negative thing, is you have a lot of rock to deal with. And I know you're thinking, well, there's a lot of rock in that. Well, I've been digging 3 foot down. That's the stuff that's 3 foot down. But the topsoil, especially out in the pasture and over where the garden is, which is a little lower, is amazing. We're gonna try to get down in that trench probably. And there's springs on the property. There's a couple of creeks. One good year-round creek that's amazing, and I've shown it in other videos. So, anyways, the point is that it was worth it to us to start over on the homestead. So we get here, and it's not a place. The place here was never lived on full time, at least not in a very, very long time. It was used as a hunting property. So there was a small, kind of tiny home cabin type of place on it, and we knew that was going to be okay for now, but we were going to have to eventually expand. But at least it was enough. And so our first priority was to get the infrastructure on the property going for animals, things like that. And so that's what we've been doing this entire time that we've lived here, and now we're focusing more on the house and what we're going to do with expanding. What we're doing, it had water on the property and electric, except the water line, because it was only a proper hunting property, or that's all they used it for, they only had a 1/2-inch line, which is absolutely not enough for for a family, you know, for the things that we're doing. So I'm running a new line, 1-inch line. I'm going to run it not just to have going into the house, but also, you know, an outside service. But I'm also running lines for the future if we end up adding, whether it's for the kids or for someone else, there will be water lines ready to hook up, maybe like a portable building type cabin or another small cabin. We're kind of setting that up. We're an RV, so I'm adding extra lines for that. Also, you know, extending stuff for the sewer service, the sewer lines, that kind of stuff. So that's what this is here. I'm doing a few other things with it too. You know, it's kind of in a way, have you ever seen those movies where maybe, I'm trying to think of a specific and I can't, it's not coming to me right now, but where maybe it's a medieval type movie or even one of these apocalyptic end of world movies, and they hear that maybe it's a little community or a town or whatever, and they hear the enemies coming, and they know that they've got maybe hours or even a few days, and so the town comes together and they're quickly fortifying their positions because they hear that the enemy is on its way. Well, that's kind of what we viewed, what we're doing here since we've moved here. We know that the storm is coming. We know that that winter is coming. Not necessarily the season, although that is coming. We know that hard times are most likely coming. So we hit the ground running when we purchased this property to build things like chicken coops and pastures and you know, get garden spots ready, you know, all the things that we need to be more self-sufficient here. And we kind of put off our own home facilities till later because we are, like I said, we had a place. There was a place on it. It's just been really small, and so now we're starting to expand on that. And I'll be doing more and more videos along the way, kind of showing what we're doing. I don't want to give it all away in the first video. But that's kind of where you need to be also. You know, maybe you're not starting off again, you know, with something new, but in a lot of ways you have to view things as the storm is coming. Everything, you know, there's something headed our way. And we need to be working diligently to get prepared for that. And so that's what, that's kind of how you need to do it. Maybe it's your house in the suburbs. Maybe it's your little hobby farm or your homestead out in the country. Regardless of what it is, along with your preps and things like that, what can you do to your property, to the infrastructure, security, the perimeter security, whatever it is that you need to be working on, you need to be doing it now, for many reasons. Number one, lumber prices are going up. Things like fencing and fence poles and stuff are becoming harder to find, and the prices are going up. Even this piece of equipment, now I know this may just be something unique here. You may be able to get them a dime a dozen where you are, but it took forever to get this. And we went through 3 different places. One, the equipment was broke down. Someone broke it, and it took them, they were waiting for parts and they couldn't find the parts for it because the factory that makes the parts had been shut down because of this, you know, pandemic. Then we tried another place and thought we were going to get it, and then come to find out they decided they didn't want to deliver out here in Timbuktu. Then we got another one, and I had that one nailed down and rented, and the day before it was supposed to show up, the guy called and said the previous person that had rented it had rolled it over and tore it up. And finally we found this one, and they delivered it. so now it's just, you know, it's game time. And that's how you should kind of view what you're doing on your property, is getting things ready. Regardless of what it is. This is a good time of the year. If your garden's most gardens are kind of phasing out, you know, you're just about done with your gardens. Most of them probably already are. This is a good time to, you know, amend your soil, add fertilizer, things like that, manure, compost, which is what I'll be doing when this is probably done. Getting things, you know, fixed, you know, chicken coops expanding for a larger flock, get, you know, fields fenced in, barns, water lines done like this, all the things that you need to be doing, all those to-do projects, they should be very important right now, because there may come a time that you can't get the equipment or you can't get the stuff because it's too expensive, or that you have to wait for too long. Lumber prices in some places have already tripled, doubled and tripled in some places. These are the kinds of things that you need to be thinking about and planning for, especially if there's an economic, financial collapse, civil war, insurrection, all these things that we talk about of possibilities. You need to be getting your place, your property, your bug-in location, your homestead in the best, most fit condition that it can be in to weather and ride this storm out. Not just your food preps and your medical preps and all that kind of stuff, guns and ammos and that kind of thing. You need to get your property as self-sufficient as it can and make it a priority. And you're going to need the tools to do that also. For instance, one of the selling points of this property for us was the fact that not only did it have water on it, as in well kind of water, but it had a really, really nice spring-fed creek year-round. I mean, right now it hasn't rained in several weeks, and I can go out there and it's almost knee-deep, and it's just crystal clear. I've shown it some videos here lately. That water is just as clear as can be. That was a big deal for us. Because we know that if things got bad, there's that water source also. And we have a couple of large filters. I offer them on my preparewithtravis.com. It's an excellent deal. I'll leave a link in the description below. But that's the type of thing that we have available. In fact, I just recently ordered some extra filters for them. These filters last for about 5,000 gallons, so we've got some more filters coming in to just put back in the prep pile. These things are they're Lexapure. I don't know if you've heard of them. It's a company that they're virtually identical to a Berkey, but about a third of the price. And we have a Berkey and we have an Lexapure, and to be honest with you, I like the Lexapure better. And it's just a lot cheaper, and it's cheaper to maintain. The filters are cheaper. So, doing things like that, of getting your house and your home and your homestead and the equipment in order, is something that you need to be doing. So if you need to get something like this and do some work around your property, I highly suggest you get on it. These are not that difficult to run. It's a mini excavator. And for a lot of homestead projects, this thing is going to be fine for you. Running, water lines, stuff like that. And if you've never run one, most places will rent them to you anyways and just kind of give you a quick little training course. I've run this kind of stuff. They ask me, and I told them what I've run before, and they're like, you'll be fine. But they're not that difficult to run. We've rented it for the week, and it's going to, with delivery, be about $900 for the whole week. And I'm sure that price is different in different locations. But doing this kind of stuff now, while you still can, is very important. Plus, the weather's getting good for this. Around here in the Ozarks, it's mid-70s to low 80s. Great weather to be working outside, getting this stuff done, getting firewood cut. You want to start doing that, getting it ordered. If you buy it, if you cut it, start planning out getting it cut for the next couple of years. Like we've said before on here, I believe hard times are coming for a while. And so doing all the things to prepare for it in your life includes getting your home, your homestead ready for it, expanding in the areas that you need to expand, securing things, building better infrastructure, because I think it's time to be prepared for that. Excuse me. Get it all out. It's something I was talking to my neighbor with just this morning. He's a prepper too, and he's been working on perimeter security around his house, of getting things better secure, so that if things started happening, he would have that have his perimeter better secured and able to defend. These are kind of the things you should be doing, right? Anyways, I wanted to give you an update on what we're doing. So that was mainly the big thing. We are running this line, and we're building a bigger place, doing it ourselves. Everything we're doing is all us, so it takes a while to do that, and it's something that you can do also with a little bit of help or a little bit of knowledge. It's not too difficult. Like I said, in upcoming videos I'll be showing more and more. So I'm going to jump back on this and get to digging, because I'm just about done with the line that I'm working now, and then it'll be on to some different things. While you're at it, if you don't mind clicking the like button and subscribing to the channel, would sure appreciate it. It helps us out. Let us know what you're doing around your property. What projects have you pushed up the priority line because you know that you need to get them done, because things are starting to get crazy and you need to get your property, your home, your farm, whatever it is, in better working order. Let me know what you're doing so that others can learn from all of us. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.